जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Once again, with deep, deep, deep gratitude, for this great blessedness of singing his powerful name for 1 hour in his powerful shrine. We have offered the Nama lotuses at his feet. Now, let us also continue to offer the Seva lotuses for the rest of the day that's remaining, so that we would obtain the fruit of our life. Now, we have seen many people coming to the ashram, and they are temporarily inspired to say, oh, we would like to settle down here. We would like to give up everything and come here and get immersed, drowned in Bhagavan and his Nama. Then, yes, we can try. You can try to come and settle down here. Then they go away very happy. But after they go back, once again, they get drowned in their life. People are very busy with their own life these days. But when they come here, they get this feeling that they should settle down here. Here is a story which tells us clearly how attached we are to the things that we are quite used to. Though temporarily we are enchanted with staying in a place like Tiruvannamalai and doing tapas, for many of us, once we get back to our original atmosphere, we get drowned. Now this story says that there was a great rich man. There was nothing at all that he could not get with his money. And of course he was leading a very happy, fulfilled life. But that was for a while. After that, he began to miss something which he did not know what. At one point, he became very indifferent to all that he possessed. All that he wanted was to pack off everything and be from all that. He felt life was empty and meaningless. And then he decided he would approach a Mahatma who was living a few kilometers away in a forest. So before that, he wanted to wind up everything, all his properties and all his attachments to this worldly life. So he collected all his possessions. He wrote them down to someone else. He put them all in one bag and took it to that Swami in the forest. He promptly submitted at the feet of the Swami and said, Swami, here is whatever I possess, the riches, all that I possessed and enjoyed, but no more find the joy in them. I'm offering them all at your feet. Please bless me to live a life free from these things. As soon as he said it, the Mahatma, the teacher who was seated there, immediately picked up that bag and started to run away. Now this was a shock to this rich man. He did not expect this teacher to pick up all that money and run away. Immediately he started to run after him. Now, this master began to move across the fields, climbed up and down those hills, and then those streets, new places where he was already familiar with because he had been there for quite some time. And this man was running after him. He somehow wanted to get that money. He felt that he was a fake. This Mahatma was a fake. He was after money, and as soon as he put the money at his feet, he was running away with it. That was not to be. So he ran and ran and ran, but he could not catch up with the master. And then finally he got very tired. He could not match that man who was running away with a bag of his riches. So he returned to the same tree under which he found this master seated. To his great surprise and wonder, he saw that bag, money bag, right under the tree. But there was no master, there was nobody around. He was so happy to find it, as beside himself with joy that he found it at all, that his running after did not go waste. And then he opened the bag and found everything intact. So as he was enjoying his discovery of the bag, the master who was behind the tree asked, "Are you happy that you have found this bag again?" "Yes, Swami, I am very, very happy that I found it. After all that running behind you, now I have found it, and all intact. I'm extremely happy." Now the master came out and smiled and said, "Do you see now? You said you wanted to be rid of those attachments, but just see how attached you are. Once you offered it at my feet, it becomes mine. But then, when I started to run away with the bag, you could not bear it. You had to run after me through all those rough fields and the hills. You have still not got rid of your attachments to money and this life that you have been leading. This is one thing that you have to learn. The second thing is, after all that pain, now this finding this bag has become a gain. So there is no gain without pain. This is what you already possessed, but you thought you lost it. But as soon as you found it, all the pain vanished, only the gain remained. The gain to which you are very much attached. So now you see, all that you felt, that life was empty, meaningless, and you wanted to be rid of all those attachments, you still have your sadhana to do to come out of all that. There is no need to rush to this life until you work it out and be really free from these attachments. So this is how we are. Most of us, we do not know how attached we are to our possessions. Temporarily we feel something, even that is okay because it's God-given. Sooner or later you may strengthen this feeling to be rid of all that and be free to do your sadhana towards God. Only these circumstances, Only when you make a decision, you come to know where you stand. I remember another incident about Ramana Bhagavan, a devotee, which I have often shared with people with great delight. A man came who was married with children. He came to Ramana Bhagavan and asked him, I want to come away from my family, from my wife and children, and pursue this life in Tiruvannamalai. I want to settle down here in Tiruvannamalai. Please give me permission. Ramana Bhagavan kept quiet as he always did. And again this man pursued, please tell me if I can come, if I can leave my wife and children, come here and settle down for this life of sadhana. Again, Ramana Bhagavan kept quiet, and the third time, this man pushed ahead, a little disturbed now, that he so much wanted an answer from Ramana Bhagavan, who finally said, don't come. Now this angered this young man, who so much wanted to come, leaving behind his wife and children. Then, out of this anger, he said to Ramana Maharishi, look, you ran away from home, you came here, you gave up all those relationships, and you came here, and now you are telling me not to come? Then Ramana Bhagavan said, I did not ask anybody. So you see, that is it. As long as you ask someone whether you could come or not, whether you could take it up or not, you are still in two minds. There is still a little attachment. And so you are very doubtful, and you want somebody to assure you it will be all right, you come. But all the great ones always expect your own decision about things, that you should be sure that you want to come. You are so sure that you don't want to ask anybody. In my own case, when I wanted to come, for 5 years I was asking Bhagavan if I could leave everything and come and settle down in Tiruvannamalai so that I could have his darshan. Bhagavan kept saying, don't come, don't come. And he would sometimes give me a little long lecture on how to pursue our duty. The duty is very, very important, more than anything else. So I listened to it, and then I continued my job. But then I reached one point when I could no more wait. Even his no did not matter anymore. I had to come. So I finally made my decision and came to Bhagavan and said, Bhagavan, I'm not asking you anymore. I have decided to come. I have to come. I cannot help it. So when I declared, Bhagavan smiled and said, all right, you come. Now I was taken aback. Bhagavan, I've been asking you all this while, year after year after year, for your permission to come. But you always said, don't come. You have to do your duty and whatnot. But now as soon as I've made my decision on my own, you say, come. He said, yes, Devaki, the decision must come from you. If you are possessed with that love for God, you will not listen to anybody. This takes over. This love for God takes over. And there is no decision making. You simply act. As long as you keep asking someone or the other, you should not do it. So you see, let's remember this. Once we want to, we decide that we have to pursue a life in God. in fullness, no part-time, then we don't stop to ask anybody. It takes over. The intense wish takes over, consumes us like fire. It comes into our body or system like a fever. And then you cannot help acting straight away. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. We beg you again and again, a million times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to today's world of violence. Bhagavan, please bring in unity. There is so much enmity between man and man, people and people. So much misunderstanding and fight and violent acts of resistance. Please bring in peace, unity, discipline, control, and harmony into the lives of people so they live a dharmic life with remembrance of your glory. We also beg you to stop those violent wars which are already going on for quite some time now with their disastrous consequences. We beg you, Bhagavan, to bless so that peace be prevalent. And we also beg you again to bless the whole world so that there will be no thought of war at all among the countries of the world. And we beg you again to keep under control those terrible diseases that attack us, like corona, and violent furies of nature, just like we had in Chennai 2 days before, and those devastating accidents. We beg you above all to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, all those rakshasic thoughts for violence. We beg you again for your special blessing to reach out to all those people who have all been suffering from some suffering or without help or protection. Whichever country they belong to, whatever religion they have embraced, everyone has to suffer, has to go through the punishment for their past bad karmas. For this law of karma is relentless, precise and unsparing. It does not spare even avatar purushas like Rama and Krishna. Rama and Krishna had come assuming a human body for the certain purpose of protection of dharma. And they destroyed only embodiments of adharma. But despite that, they also had to atone for those killings. But then we know your causeless grace is above all this. So we appeal to your compassion and generosity so that your grace would reach out to all those people all over the world who have been suffering from something or the other without any protection. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been working hard for the welfare of others from unworthy, unhealthy criticisms and aspersion. We beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, right from science and technology up to spirituality, so that India would reach that high status of world teacher to conduct the whole world the path of dharma. We also pray to you in all earnestness and intensity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name and an unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings. Teachings which are so relevant to modern life. They show us the purpose of life. And they are easy to practice. We should assimilate it and make it into our Atma Shakti. We beg you again to bless us all to be only sattvic instruments and not rakshasic. Please bless our everyday lives so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace, the state of pure awareness, the thoughtless freedom. But then we know that right at the moment our minds are full of those clinging vasanas and worldly desires. So what happens? We get attacked all of a sudden by some strange fears, which sometimes turn out to be killer fears. And there is again the anger of such poison and words of abuse, fiery. And again, jealousy, vengeance, passion, and sorrow. We celebrate sorrow. There are people who sorrow over every little thing. Despite all the blessings they already possess, they catch hold of something that they lack in by comparing themselves with other people. And then blow it out of all proportion and land in depression and medicine. Bhagavan often said that the divine name is so powerful. It's like a great weapon that can destroy all our past sins and prevent us from further sins and can purify our mind completely. We take refuge in your powerful name and seek early purification. And wherever we live in this world, whatever work falls into our hand, we know, as you said, Father alone exists. There is nothing else, no one else, which means every work is also yours. So we should be able to do it in the spirit of seva to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every action of ours, all through the day, will become our Atma Shakti. Bhagavan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or grief. It comes because of your will, your sankalpa, and our own karmic account. Anything that comes from you can only be a great blessing, meant for our spiritual growth, our purpose of life, our kinship with you. So let us learn to look upon every adversity as a certain definite blessing to give us a transformation both inside and outside, so that every adversity would end up in higher wisdom, which takes root in our mind and cleanses, so that God's power will begin to reflect there. Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all to be grateful to you always. We seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we who have been seeking only solutions repeatedly, endlessly, for problems of life, now seek dissolution of what? Of our selfishness, utter selfishness, the I and mine, which is the root cause for the vicious cycle of births and deaths. We beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot this aham bhava and promote atma bhava, so that we all be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living in merger with you, or eternal servitude in surrender to you, you, that supreme Brahman. Jai Viram Singh.